The Pain in Our Head podcast contains themes of coarse language, adult themes, and the discussion of mental health themes. Some content may be emotionally challenging. If you or someone you know is at risk, please visit the description for mental health and suicide prevention contacts. Enjoy the show. What's going on, everyone? Caleb here.
Why? Why do you do this
I
shit
don't know
to
what you're
me?
talking about.
You're an ass. Every fucking week. Every week. There is a 5-second countdown before we go live, and it gets to 3 seconds, and I'm sitting here going, what's this prick going to say to me this week?
You're welcome.
Thank you, Caleb.
How are you? How are you, Christian? How are you? How are you going
You're an
this week?
asshole.
Talk to me about how you are.
Good, thank you, Caleb.
Excellent.
I'm doing very well. My mental health is great, and it's been a good week. The newest episode of the podcast came out today, so we're recording on a Monday, which is unusual for us. Normally we dedicate quite a bit of time over the weekend to recording the podcast, but we were busy. I had the kids, blah, 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 life, all that sort of thing. So here we are. We're both wrecked after a Monday. But, you know, it's good. Mondays are probably one of my favorite days now, having the new episode come out and getting to hear people talk about it. Like, you know, it goes live at midnight on all the listening services, and the YouTube goes live in the morning. So we've got a couple of listeners that, you know, we're talking like 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and they're messaging me going, man, this week's episode's great. And I'm like, I haven't even finished my coffee.
That's awesome. It's amazing. Yeah, I love Mondays too for that same reason, receiving all the messages from everybody who listens, which is fantastic. It's such a great boost for the week as well. And especially on a Monday too. Monday's the day that I mix the previous week's podcast. So I mix it all, put it all together, put the video together. So it's really great because I get all those messages and I go, yeah, sweet. Love sitting down all day and spending time doing that. So yeah, it's fantastic. Mondays, busy days, very busy. I've been going for almost 12 hours now, but it's all right. It's what it is, hey? It's the grind.
12 hours. That's rookie numbers.
Yes, I do. I've got to try and pump them up. Great.
Well, I'm up to like nearly.
You're mental. Hours. You're mental. You're absolutely mental. But that's what it is, hey? Work.
I'm mental about mental health.
So yeah, but welcome to this week's episode. We're going to chat about mindset this week. So this is kind of just more of a cruisy topic, similar to last week when we spoke about regret. We kept it pretty light and bubbly. This week's kind of much of the same, really. We want to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about some positive mindsets, negative mindsets, how that can affect your mental health. And then we're obviously going to wrap up with some fantastic music. We're going to talk about some great music this week. Yeah. I'm keen.
Yeah. Yeah, so like my stutter's getting worse, I swear. It's meant to get worse as my mental health declines. That's when it really starts to shine. So I don't know why it's coming back so hard at the moment. But anyway, so I didn't come up with this topic.
No.
And neither did Caleb. My cousin, Miranda, was like, I was talking to her and I was like, man, I don't have a topic. Like, I don't know what to talk about for the next couple of episodes. And she was like, oh, what about mental like mindset? Because I got spoken to, like we had like a meeting at work and like everyone got sat down. doing like a team building thing on mental mindset. And I was like, maybe talk to me more. And yeah, she dumped a bunch of info about her discussion that they'd had at work, and I was like, yeah, fucking, I'm down. So Caleb and I have both kind of got different approaches. We haven't really spoken about what angle we were looking at for mental mindset. So he's gone off and done his kind of research, and I've had my idea in my head. So it's going to be interesting to kind of bounce our thoughts and different views about the topic. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you were talking to me a little bit before we started the episode about what that kind of looks for you. So, yeah, have a crack. Explain to me what you were kind of thinking when this kind of topic came on the table, when we're thinking about mental mindset. What sort of things came to your mind when this popped up?
Yeah, so when I was talking to Miranda about it, basically she was saying that, as humans, we're really good at finding all the negative things around us and ignoring the positive things. So, for a good example of that would be like, these are just simple things too. Like, everyone does it, especially Australians. We're horrible for it. Like, I've noticed it. I brought it up with my ex-wife, actually, and when we were doing the couples counseling, because you get asked, hey mate, how's it going? And a typical Aussie response is, yeah, not bad. It's like, you don't say you're doing well, you're doing good. You go, oh yeah, not bad. Could be better. It's a very like kind of dismissive culture. Like, it's almost like you're afraid to be overly positive about situations. Like, it's weird. I find it weird. So I try to avoid it as much as I can, because it's good to be positive when you're talking to people. So if someone says to you, how are you doing? Like, hey, I'm doing really well, thank you. Instead of, oh yeah, not too bad. Because it's just such a negative response. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, like, am I being picky about it, or is it? Like,
No, I think you're right, especially with Australians too. Like, there's this Carl Barron comedy skit that I'm pretty certain he does about Australians and us talking like that, about the whole, oh yeah, not bad, not good, not bad, and just like other things like that. And we kind of just always put like a not in front of it, or that kind of thing. Yeah, it is. It's a very Australian thing to do. There's I think that one that he says is someone ask you like, how much was that, and they'll go, not cheap. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's weird. I don't know where it comes from, but yeah, here we are. That's what we do. So anyway, to bring it back, so a lot of people will always see the negatives in their life and their situations, and it's just an unintentional thing. Like, it's not that people are overtly negative. It's just easier to see the things that we're unhappy with instead of the things that we're grateful for or happy about. So I think I started to say it. So people would be like, oh, I hate my job, because they're having a bad day or whatever. It just is what it is. So it, on the other hand, you could be like, I am secure in my job, or I work with really good people. I like my team. I like certain aspects of my job. Like, you don't have to focus on those negative things that are kind of at the front. Dig a little bit deeper and try to focus on the positives, because that's going to put you in a better state of mind and a better mental mindset. And it works with everything, not just your job. could be singing, just to go easy on myself. Singing, we had this discussion today, actually. Caleb and I were sending voice notes, and I sent him some singing, and he absolutely slaughtered what I was singing. Like, he absolutely nailed it. And I was like, fuck you, man. Like, I can't do that. Like, I hate you. Not obviously being legitimate, just, but, he was like, well, I've worked at this for years, and, I can just do different things than what you can do. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. Like, he does clean singing a lot better than I do because he's put more work into it. Whereas I've only been trying to clean sing the last couple of years. Whereas my metal vocals, I've been doing for roughly 19 years. So it's like, no, I can't sing cleanly as well as Caleb can, but fuck me, can I do metal vocals well?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you need to keep that in perspective. Like, don't focus on the negative sides of it. Focus on the positive sides. Like, yep, I can't do this, but Jesus, I can do that.
Yep.
And, approaching life that way is going to make you a lot happier and just make things a lot easier on yourself. Instead of focusing on the negatives, just look for the positives. And it might take a little bit more work on your part, but I guarantee it is worth it. When you start looking for those positive things, it'll become easier to do, and you'll appreciate what you have a lot more, and you'll just feel a lot better about things. Because if you focus on the negative things all the time, it's just going to drag you down, get you stuck in a rut, and that's all you're going to be able to focus on.
Yeah, the positives are going to outweigh the negatives. The more and more you think about the positives, the easier it's going to become to work around the negatives, work through them, and not worry about them as much. So, yeah. And just the other day too, I don't even think I've mentioned this to you, but Christian can do an alligator roll, I believe it's called. Christian can do an alligator roll really, really fucking well. And the other day, you explained to me kind of how to do it. And I tried to do it in the car driving around wherever I was going last week. I almost choked on my own tongue. Face has gone red. It was just, I was trying to send a video to you too. And I just made an absolute mess of it. Just an absolute mess. I should have sent you me trying to do it anyway. But yeah, that's it. We're good at different things. And that's the whole mindset is you're good at whatever it is that you do. And, this is for anyone, right? Anyone listening, you're good at what you do. So use your strengths to build up your weaknesses. And that's the best, great way of doing things is, work towards your strengths. Always work on your weaknesses, but leverage from your strengths. So yeah, great way to explain it really in terms of mindset. Yeah, I love that. Really do.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed that you didn't show me that video of you attempting to do the alligator roll. So the alligator roll, as Caleb has called it, is from Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail. It's just a tongue roll incorporated into a guttural growl. And I find it super easy to do, but apparently a lot of people struggle to roll their tongue, which is like the kind of noise. And it's, so I'm surprised that you couldn't do it. And I'm really disappointed that you didn't show me choking on your own tongue.
I pretty much did, because I can do the roll, but then as soon as I try and do the rest of it, it just doesn't happen. So, yeah, interesting. That's it. Brilliant. That's awesome. That's great. I'll send you. I will. I'll send you a video next time.
Your turn.
I'll give it a go. No, that's okay. I'd rather not choke. I'd
No,
rather not choke
like,
myself.
your
I'd
turn.
rather not choke myself out before I go on
No.
and explain more.
No, you owe me.
I do. I tell you what. I'll send it
You
to
owe
you,
me.
and I'll practice, and I'll do it in the next episode. Now, well, mindset, Christian. I'm going to talk about what I thought about when you said mindset, because as you said, we threw this idea around, this topic around, and we didn't really talk about what that meant. So for me, it was all about thinking about like a fixed and a growth mindset and the difference between those two things. So in terms of a fixed mindset, that's a way of thinking about your own intelligence and your abilities. And I guess it just describes the way you see it as, I guess, an unchangeable aspect. So something that you can't help, you can never change no matter what you do. And that's kind of having a mixed mindset or a fixed mindset on something. And I guess the opposite is a growth mindset where you believe that making changes, trying new things, thinking about something differently means that you can. You can go and change what you're trying to do. You can go and change what you're trying to accomplish. You can better your singing by breathing properly, breathing more, and practicing breathing techniques and that sort of thing. And I'm using that as an example because that's what I told Christian today when he was a bit upset about not being able to do the cleans. But then that goes for anything, not just for singing. That's anything that you're doing, playing sport, work, whatever it might be. So yeah, that's the difference, and that's what I thought about when you talked about mindset or when you brought up that topic of mindset. So yeah, it's a really powerful topic, especially when it comes to your mental health, because changing your outlook just that tiniest bit can go so far. You know, I think back to a few months ago, I think back to December, we were both having a really rough time. And I know for myself, I struggled. I struggled to pull myself out of that kind of ditch. Like, this isn't going to get better. This is just going to keep getting worse. And the thing was, the more I thought it was just going to keep getting worse, the more it did get worse. And it wasn't until we got into this new year and I started changing my mindset, I started changing the way I think about what things could be. That's when things started getting better for my mental health and for just everything that came along with it. So, yeah. That makes sense.
Sorry, I thought something gone wrong with the recording because, like, you kind of just sat there looking at the fucking camera, not saying anything. And I'm like, is he frozen or is he just waiting for me to talk? So there you go. We're going to have a nice big dead air part there.
That's all right. Just do some chip, chop, clip. That's all right. Frozen like I froze back when I was like 12, 13 years old on stage with my marimba. Didn't pee myself.
I feel like you should have just said you did. Like, just... It would have made the story so much better.
Yes, it would have. So,
but yes, no, I agree with what you're saying. It's it's just, it's such a simple tool, and it just makes the world of difference to have a more positive outlook on life. And like you were saying, we both were in a very rough spot in our lives in December. And yeah, I guess I didn't make a conscious decision that I was going to change the way I saw things or viewed things necessarily. It was more for me that I was going to start making better decisions for myself, not putting so many other people before me. So, and I guess when I started doing that, it kind of encouraged me to look at the positive things around me a lot more. So, I was going through a rough time, but I still had somewhere to live. I still had a job. I still had my computer to play games with my friends. And you start to appreciate more and more things. When you start to look for the positive things around you, then more become kind of obvious.
Yeah, appreciate the little things. I really like that too. Like, just appreciating the little things. You've got a bed, a roof, a house,
Do you say that to yourself after you hop out of the shower?
I do. I have to. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Jokes aside, I found a great quote, and we didn't speak about a quote last week, but I am going to bring one up this week because I really like this one. So there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failures. And that was Colin Powell who said that. He was a general in the United States Secretary of State, and that's a great quote. I love that. It's
Secretary.
Yeah, how good's that? Great English, great grammar. We've already talked about this a few episodes ago. I'm terrible at this. No, so yeah, great quote. It is. It's the result of hard work, preparation. That's, it's terrible, eh? It's terrible. No, but in terms of and success can mean many different things, but putting that part aside, forget about the whole success and thinking about what success might be, but just in terms of anything, working towards something that you've been trying to work towards. It's the result of hard work, preparation, and just learning from failures. That's the biggest one as well, in my opinion. And I've learned from heaps of failures, just so many failures. But sometimes you've got to make that. You've got to make that mistake. I mean, we've done it. We've made mistakes in the podcast. We've made mistakes. I make mistakes every day, but you learn from them. That's the best thing to do. And by doing that, by learning from those mistakes, you can go and do it better. And that helps with the fixed mindset as well. The growth mindset or the positive mindset. Because if you learn from your failures and you go, you know what, I've learned from that, I can go and do it 10 million times better this time. 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to work out.
Yeah, that's it. If you don't make mistakes, then you don't really get a chance to grow. There's only so much you can do by putting one foot in front of the other. Sometimes you need to fall and pick yourself back up, and that's where you learn an important part of life, because failures, well, not failures, just not achieving what you want the first time is where you're going to learn to do it better.
Yeah.
So I agree 100% with you on that one.
And as you just said, failures, to be honest, no such thing as failures. There's just no such thing as failures.
Yeah.
For me, it's you're always working towards an end result. There's something that I grew up always telling myself when I would make a mistake or there would be some failure. And I'm not sure who said this. I'm not sure where it came from, but I had heaps of teachers and heaps of people tell me this, that shit, shit makes for great soil. And that, it grows,
I should know.
We're not talking about what you soiled earlier this morning, but yeah, that's it. Shit, it makes.
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about that my job is to make compost.
Oh yeah, that's right. That flew right over the top of my head. But it does.
Well, it's not hard when you're so fucking short.
No. I feel a little bit of snakiness coming on here. I feel like Christian's been attacking me. He was a little bit upset that we didn't get to play some games over the weekend. Just a little bit upset. And I think I'm getting the grunt of that now. Anyway, this is my formal public apology. I am sorry for dogging the boys at missing games night.
DDTB, don't dog the boys. I hope Taylor watches this episode.
She will. She will watch this episode. She thought the whole thing was hilarious. Anyway, moving forward from that. Yeah, but no, so that's right. Shit makes for great soil that, stuff can grow from. And I always took that into consideration. I think about early on in uni, we started like songwriting and things like that. And I knew I wanted to do something in music. And we had to go through like so many different types of classes. There'd be the performance, songwriting, production, lots of different things. And it was good because you were able to go through and find out what you were good at and, work through that. But songwriting, I was so shit. Like I was so bad at it, like early on. And it's just a matter of keeping going, continue the process, keep practicing. And eventually, what I was able to do is some of that shit that I had from years ago, I was able to use some of that later on down the track. So it's a great way of looking at it. Really is.
Every time you were talking about failures, all I could hear in my head was, I think his name's Soap from the Call of Duty franchise. He's like, mission failed. We'll get him next time, boys.
That takes me back.
On repeat in my head.
There was a meme going around for a little while, wasn't there? With that voiceover? You seen some of those?
Oh, when isn't there a meme about something?
That's good. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty back in the day. Especially Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2. Awesome games. Fantastic. Spent way too much time on that. Oh my goodness.
I feel like when we talk about addictions, like we're going to have to talk about gaming, and then before we record that episode, we're going to have to go through and add up some of the total time played, the games that we've got.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fucking devastating.
Yeah, we're going to do that. So in a couple episodes' time, maybe not next episode, but at least in the next few episodes, a topic we do want to cover off is addiction. So that'll be really exciting. Addiction in many different aspects. And yes, definitely addiction to gaming. We'll have to talk about that and own up to some addictions that we have with gaming. That'll be hard to hear, but fun. So absolutely. Well, great talk on mindset. Really short. Like we could go further into it and talk about more about the effects it can have if you have a positive one or a negative one, or blah 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 blah. But I mean, it really is as simple as positive mindsets, positive results, negative mindsets, negative results. And for me, that sums it up.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And like we've both said, look for the positives. It'll make a positive change in your life.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna put it to the listeners. Make one positive change this week. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I don't care. But let us know in the comments. Tell us what positive change you made. I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments on our YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Amazon or Apple Music, we're on Apple Music now, so check us out if you consume your podcasts on Apple Music. Send us an email if you want to get into contact with us, paininourheadpodcast@gmail.com. But we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors and we'll be right back with you in a moment. The Pain in Our Head podcast is proudly sponsored by Music Magic Co. and Brisbane rock band The Flying Circus. Visit the links in the podcast description for more information. back to the show. Welcome back to the Pain in Our Head podcast. We were talking about mindset, mental mindset, and that sort of thing, which is fantastic. It was great to hear your opinion, Christian, on what that meant for you. And thank you to your cousin as well for giving us the idea for the topic. So it was awesome. Really, really enjoyed that. It was fantastic. In the break, you go.
That I didn't hear your fucking opinion during the break.
Tell them why. Tell them why, Christian.
Because you're wrong.
Am I?
Yes, you're wrong. I don't even... Oh, wait, I do remember how that topic came up. That was fucked up. But we were talking about peanut butter. It's probably gone where you thought it went, but Caleb doesn't like peanut butter.
No.
Who the fuck doesn't like peanut butter? I love peanut butter. It's amazing.
No, that is the rankest shit anyone could put in their mouth. Just saying. No, we can't do it. It's gross. It's feral.
You're leaving yourself wide open to dirty comments.
I did. Yeah, chuck them in the comments. Put a comment down. I did leave myself wide open. I'm still doing it. I'm going to stop.
What about Vegemite? Do you like Vegemite?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Some butter, toast. Yeah. Awesome. I think my sister, and love her, but she, when we were kids, she would eat it out of the jar. She would eat peanut butter.
Wait, what did you say?
Said, so my sister, when we were kids, would eat peanut butter out of the jar, and I think that just turned me off. Like, just...
No. You said my sister, and I could have sworn you said my lover. Did you say lover?
And I said I love her, but...
Oh.
Yeah. This ain't Game of Thrones, man. This ain't Game of Thrones.
I was like, what?
We really need to make sure both of our internets are working at 100% because it just leaves so many words out that we miss. No, I love my sister, but when we were younger, she used to eat peanut butter out of the jar, and I think that just turned me off it. I just, nah. Gross. Peanut butter, terrible. Can't do it, can't eat it. No. So we want to know. Please tell us who's right. I really want to hear about it. Let us know in the description if I'm an idiot, and if you think that peanut butter should be loved by everybody. Or maybe you think I'm right, because I am. And Christian is definitely wrong. Tell him that peanut butter is disgusting, and he should be agreeing with me.
No. Even people that have peanut allergies should love peanut butter.
The thing is, they probably do, the poor people that have peanut allergies probably love peanut butter, but can't have it. Anyway. Music, Chris.
Because it's amazing and everyone loves it.
All right, music. Talk to me about some music. We've got some fantastic, awesome music that we've been...
Okay.
We've been chatting about awesome music this week. You've been sending me some things. I've been sending you some things. Music. Definitely music. And, Talk to me about one of the songs you want to talk about this week.
Okay. So we normally try to tie in our song choices with the theme of the episode, but neither of us particularly had a song that stood out that encouraged a positive mindset. And so we decided that we're just going to talk about some songs that we have discovered in the last week and stuff that we're kind of really excited to have discovered. So I do a lot of browsing on YouTube and TikTok and find heaps of new music that way. And when I don't know what you were laughing about, and I'm suspicious.
That's fine.
But anyway, so like I'm just so nervous when you start to laugh. It's concerning. It's just like, what's this guy got in his head? I don't know. I don't want to know what's in your head because you don't like peanut butter, so there's not good thoughts in your head. So this one of the songs I want to talk about. I'm losing it. This is a good episode. So the song I want to talk about is Monster by Anaria. It's not something that I would normally click on when it pops up on YouTube because the thumbnail looks weird. It's very kind of I don't even know how you describe it. Like, it's very pink. It's very weird. Like,
It's very bright.
I can't even describe it. Like, yeah, I think so. There's a word for the fashion style, and I don't know it because I'm not fashionable. And I clicked on it. I started to listen to it, and I was like, I don't like this. This is, It's everything I don't like about music. It's like heavily auto-tuned. It's very overproduced. And I was like, but I gave it, about a minute, and at about 55 seconds, it just fucking slaps. It absolutely slaps. She busts out some very brutal vocals, and suddenly I was like, okay, I can get into this. And then the stuff that I didn't like about the song become a lot more tolerable. And I was like, all right. So after my first playthrough, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give that another go. I kind of enjoyed that. And then found myself bopping along, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is actually really enjoyable. And then I sent it to one of our friends, Craig, who we just call Krug a Doug. And he liked it, and I sent it to Caleb, and Caleb liked it, and now we're all listening to it because it's just a fun song. And sometimes it's good to just listen to things that you don't normally listen to. And what did you think when you heard? I think I told you the same thing. I was like, give it until a minute before you give up on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was like, as soon as I looked at it, I was like, what? Like, really? And then, yeah, you listen to it, and it's very, like, upbeat and, like, kind of poppy to begin with. And I'm kind of thinking, oh, you sent me a pop song. This is really weird. And then, yeah, it gets to, like, the kind of, like, breakdown bit, and then, like, towards the end, and it just goes off. And her screams are unbelievable. And I just thoroughly enjoyed it by the end of it. Awesomely, like, just really well produced. Great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it when you sent it to me.
What do you got?
We're gonna have different few things. What was I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about, what did I send you this week? Was it last week or early last week? Somehow we got talking about The Offspring. I can't remember why. It might have been from last episode, and we might have been talking about how I used to listen to The Offspring. Anyway.
It's because we were singing.
Yeah.
You sent, you wanted to do a cover of The Middle by Jimmy Eat World.
Oh,
and
yes.
You sang it, and I was like, oh, great. So I sent you me singing it, and then I was like, dude, your voice, it sounded really good doing The Offspring.
The Offspring, yeah.
And then you were like, oh, this is my favorite Offspring song. I don't know if I ever showed it to you.
Yes. And Offspring have, like, so many good songs. I think I've already said this in an episode before. I love all their music. But I sent you this one, and this one of my favorites. It's from the Days Go By album. It came out in 2012. Remember it very well. And this track's called Slim Pickens Does the Right Thing and He Rides the Bomb to Hell. Very long title. But fantastic song. It just goes off. And I use it as like a bit of a G-up song for me, to be honest. Like, I used to listen to it all the time on the way to work, on the way to uni, whenever I'm not feeling like I'm in a good mood. I chuck this track on and my like energy levels go from like right down to like right up the top. So I love the energy that song brings.
Yeah, well, the video you sent me when you suggested the song, it combines the track before it with Divide by Zero. So it's Divide by Zero and Slim Pickens Rides the Bomb to Hell. And Divide by Zero is also a really good song, and they blend perfectly into each other.
Yes.
And I listened to it, and then I had the goddamn thing on repeat the whole day. And even like that night before I went to bed, I was still listening to it and still pumped up. I was like, fuck yeah, this song's great.
It's awesome.
Why have I never heard this before?
And the video, like the animation and the video and the way that they merge them together, it's so cool. Awesome. Yeah, go check it out. Slim Pickens rides the bomb to hell. Does the right thing and he rides the bomb to hell. And then, yeah, divide by zero. That merge together. It's fantastic. Yeah. So, what about?
So
talk about it. Yeah, you start. You tell me about this one because I'm really excited to talk about this one.
Okay, so the song that we're going to talk about, we only discovered it like 3 hours ago.
Yep.
And it's amazing. So yet again, I was browsing YouTube before Caleb jumped on, and a suggested video popped up. It premiered 18 hours ago when I clicked on it. And that's just what I do. I just click on random videos that are suggested to me, and fuck it, why not? And great way to find new music. So this is called Heroes Are Calling by Smash Into Pieces. And I clicked on it and immediately was like, ooh, this guy's voice is hot. Like I like this. So I love heavy stuff, but something that really, really gets me going is power metal. And I'm just an absolute sucker for power metal. And this is such a good power metal track. And it's just an absolute, just classic power metal kind of thing. It's, big vocals, pretty simple music, but it's just overall really catchy, kind of gets you bopping along during the verses, and then the chorus just absolutely reels you in and just punches you in the face. You're like, ooh, damn, where did that come from? That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, yeah, you sent it through to me. I really listened to it moments before we started recording the podcast. And I thought it actually tied in really well to the topic that we were talking about today. I said, we've got to talk about this song because, well, it's awesome. It just came out like however long it was, not even a day ago. But just the chorus, when the skies are falling, hear the heroes calling, can't hold us down, can't hold us down. That's awesome. That's an awesome way to, think about your mindset. Like, go and get it. Like, go and get it, whatever it is that you want to go and get, and go and do it. And don't let anything hold you back. Go and be that hero. Go be the hero in your own story. That's kind of what I got out of it. And that was only from just listening to it through the first time. So those lyrics in the chorus thrown on top of some awesome power metal production, strong chords, nice, thick, heavy drums, and then those killer vocals as well. Awesome. Loved it. Thick.
You like a nice big thick one, do you?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You're terrible. You're terrible tonight. Yeah, so no, fantastic. Absolutely killer song. Go check it out. That is Heroes Are Calling by Smash Into Pieces. So, yeah, we will put links in the description of all these songs that we've chatted about as well. So go and have a listen. Let us know what you think. Come back to our YouTube and type in a comment.
Like, I'm going to go to sleep so late tonight because as soon as we finish recording this, we're going to go play some League of Legends together. And that song's going to be playing in the background, and I'm just going to be like, here is game. It's like, fuck, damn it. It'll be 11:30, and I'll be like, I need to get at least 3 hours sleep here, guys. Like, come on.
Yes, and you will still probably
and I sung the wrong song then too.
You did. You'll still probably get a negative KDA, but let's not talk about that. I've done it now. Fight me. Oh shit. All right, well, with that, I think we're going to end today's episode. I really enjoyed doing. Peace up. I'm in trouble. Look, thanks for joining us, and thanks for listening into the podcast. It's been awesome talking about mindset, mental mindset, how that's kind of affected us, what we've done in the past, what a positive mindset can do for you and your mental health, as well as some awesome music that we've discussed as well, stuff that we're listening to at the moment that we're going to go and listen to. So I'm really excited to continue listening to those songs. Next week, we're going to have a chat about, we're going to do a little bit of an episode about talking, I guess, about what it's like to be someone who is trying to help someone who has, I guess, difficulties or struggles with mental health. So next week's going to be really awesome. We're going to talk about that sort of thing, what it's like for that person, and then also what it's like for the person who struggles with mental health, and just kind of look on perspectives of both sides. We feel that's really important. So really keen to get stuck into that next week. But until then, subscribe to YouTube, go and listen on Spotify, leave us a comment. We really do appreciate it, and we love getting the interaction. So leave us a comment, send us an email. The email's in the description. But otherwise, thanks again. And remember, it's okay to not be okay.
Thanks, guys.